this meeting to order. If everyone can please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I would like to put on record that Tom Farrell is excused from the meeting this evening. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions for the agenda? Seeing none, I will present the agenda as is. I will turn over the first order of business, unfinished business, over to Lisa.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a resolution to authorize longevity payment to Daniel Hall per the collective bargaining agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that's the end of unfinished business.
Thank you, Lisa. We don't have anything under new business or the sheriff's report. That'll take us over to the fiscal officer report. Tom?
Thank you. Fiscal Officer number 1 is a resolution to authorize the payment of pending warrants in an amount of $602,511.17.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 2 is a resolution to authorize the payment of regular payroll in an amount not to exceed $250,000.
So moved.
Second, discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 3 is a resolution to authorize payment for the following medical claims.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 4 is a resolution to authorize the following transfer of funds.
So moved.
Second, discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
That concludes Fiscal Officer report.
Thank you, Tom. That'll take us over to the administrator, Ms. Campbell.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a resolution to adopt the 2024 updated township handbook.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
I just want to applaud everybody, the work that goes into literally the formatting and laying it out, all the nuanced details.
I appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
been 3 years since an update, so it's just time to go through with a fine-tooth comb, and the board had adopted some policies along the way for the handbook, but it was time to just put it all together into one document.
I really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 2 is a resolution to authorize the agreement for police services between the Stark County Sheriff and the Plain Township Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Discussion?
Just to clarify, because we have the sheriff-elect and so forth, we've already had a conversation between the sitting sheriff through the end of the year, plus sheriff-elect, that the 1 year everybody's comfortable on the carry through, and then we'll just revisit whether it's a single year or multi-year moving forward. Okay?
Discussion further? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 3 is a resolution to appoint Megan L. Bardwell as the administrative assistant to the township administrator.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
She's happy. She's, in place in our zoning office, so it's nice where somebody cross-trained in zoning and parks and administration, and she's happy to come on over on this side while we look for a replacement for her position.
Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 4 is a resolution to authorize a pay increase for Amy Shaw, which will bring her to the same rate as all of our administrative assistants.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
She's done an amazing job. She's a great fit. It's just that time to evaluate and bring her up to the standard rate of all of them, but she's a phenomenal employee.
Excellent. Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And item number 5 is a resolution to authorize yard waste dates and time, to authorize the Board of Trustees to set dates and times of the hours in operation of the yard waste site annually.
So moved.
Second, discussion? Is there any further discussion for this?
No, it's just so that yearly you can,
Okay.
separate from the home rule, set times and dates.
Roll call?
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that's the end of the administrator report.
Thank you, Lisa. We don't have anything under the fire department. That'll take us over to Drew with the road department.
Thank you. Road item number 1 is to accept the resignation of Daryl Johnson.
So moved. Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that concludes road.
Thank you, Drew. That takes us over to zoning. Lisa?
Yes, item number 1 is zoning abatement pays A and B.
So moved. Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that's the end of the zoning report.
Thank you, Lisa. We don't have anything under Parks Department, nothing under the Law Director, and this takes us back over to Lisa with communications.
Thank you. We have one communication tonight to chief and fellow firefighters from Faith Barbado. I just wanted to send a short note of thank you for your generous donations of almost 1,500 pounds of food and $1,100. Your generosity will allow the food bank to provide over 4,500 meals. Your support is vital now more than ever as the food bank continues to meet a record high demand for food in local communities. Your kindness and support will help create a season filled with warmth and nourishing meals for many local families. With gratitude and happy Thanksgiving, Faith Barbado.
Good job.
I just would like to add one thing. She didn't know, I told her that the sheriff was there, but this lady might not have been the one I talked to. The sheriff's department actually partnered with us at Aldi's that day to collect the food. The donation of the money came from Fly the Flag.
Okay.
So,
Oh, nice.
But the sheriff had a deputy there with us in the pouring rain, and I couldn't believe how many people donated in the rain there. I mean, it was pretty amazing. I mean, I didn't think it'd be that busy, but they were just, and so we partnered with the sheriff again and to sheriff deputies to help us do that, so.
Well, thank you, Lisa. This takes us to the portion of the meeting where we've reached the public speaking segment of the meeting, and we welcome any audience member that would like to address the board. All right, seeing none, now take us over to the approval of the minutes, and I'll make the motion for November 12th.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes. Okay, we have a need of executive session. I will make the motion to be hereby resolved by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to adjourn to executive session at 6:07 PM from this regular meeting of this Plain Township Trustees as authorized under Ohio Revised Code 121.22G for the purpose of the consideration of 1A, the appointment of a public employee or official, 1B, the employment of a public employee or official, and 1F, the compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.